Hello everybody. I wanted to give an update on the baby chicks. Just moved them outside. Got pretty much the same setup I did for the ducks. Since they knocked their food container over inside the house and dumped all the food out, I figured I'd just dump it out on the ground out here, and there's still a lot of food in there, so at least gives them the opportunity to forage a little bit and do a little piece of an apple in there. So I cut up apples for the big chickens. Here's the big chickens. This gives these two little baby birds about 3 times as much space as they had inside, because they were just in here. So I still have to train them to go into the house and show them where their heat plate is, but it's all plugged up. Ran to this extension cord. You can see it's the ones with the lights, so I know it is on and working. And I did also, I'd hooked this up because I put a water heater thing in the big water for the other chickens. Now it's not that cold. It's gotten down below freezing like 3 times already, but it's like 65 degrees right now. But I did wrap the chicken coop in this plastic. It rained like really hard for like 3 days, and it was just sloshy in here without the tarp. So I figured they needed something better, and then it got down below freezing, like I said, 3 times. I've been just leaving the front open since it's been above freezing for the last week, but this was kind of a trick to try to get it all to stay. And I figured I've had these babies for a week now, and she said they were about a week old when I got them. So figured with the plastic and the brooder box and the heat plate and it not being below freezing, they should be alright out here. I think my kid just got home from school. Showed him how to use the water. They drank quite a bit from it, so I think they got the hang of it. I put this crate in here about a week ago, and there was actually plants starting to grow. And they dug into them quite a bit. So you can only see 3 of my big chickens, because the other 4 are in here. I don't know what their deal is, but apparently they like to sit in the nesting box with their butts in the air and their heads tucked in. But I did just collect 4 eggs out of there. So I don't know if they're still laying or if they're just having a quiet time or what their deal is. I did also want to show that quite a bit of the clover I just planted is starting to grow. I don't know how well you can see in there. So I need to bring some water back out and water these. This side was where I moved it. So I just shifted it down, and they've already ate and dug up all the clover that was there. Which is kind of the point of the crates, is that they can't dig. And when the heads of it pop out through the holes, then they can pick at it. And so you see this little leaf here is popping out, and they've eaten parts of it. And then I think this is grass that they've kind of picked at, but... And then the rosemary, like they've picked the tops of it off, but they can't get in there to kill the plant. Same with over here. I have a rosemary. And then a couple other plants. I haven't planted anything in this one yet. I just kind of put it there. You can see when you give the ground a couple days and the plants start growing back. And they still don't really pick the corn off of here, but I just go through and kind of pop some off here and there. And I got a whole bunch of these little pumpkins, and they kind of eat the guts out of them pretty well. I think maybe it was the kind of pumpkin I tried to give them to carve. Maybe they didn't like the flavor of that kind of pumpkin. I don't know. There's still some flesh in there, so I might try to cut it up a little bit smaller. Well, that's my chicken update. You give me a minute and I'll walk over to the ducks and we'll see how they're doing. So, this is kind of a temporary thing my husband set up. I've got this big sled for a big pool. And the other little pool, this is gonna get moved around probably a dozen more times before I'm happy with it. But he threw all these logs out here to give him something to jump on and pick at, and he did have some bugs in them, but and this is an old ratty fence. And it's just something laying around. And used a scrap piece of cattle panel to make a gate. So that just swings. They're super excited to see me today. I do have 2 of my roosters in here. I had this water made, so I just kind of kept using it. Our houses are a mess and I need new everything. I don't see any eggs in the house, so I smashed them a pumpkin. You can see they kind of dig little grooves in it. And then this container's got their extra feed in it. Not sure why it's moved, but got it sitting on these pavers so they don't dig under it. Like they've done this, they kind of, combination between them and the rain, just pit the whole edge. And then here's the regular container. See, they're just lay eggs in the loveliest of places. I stuffed apples in my bibs to carry them out here. So these are the nesting boxes we got set up. And I did switch out from the hay to these plastic ones, but they're not really keeping the eggs any much cleaner. And that, because with the hay, it all just falls through the bottom, and then the thing's not sitting flush on the ground. So I need to get another one to put there. So I just turn the water on. You can hear that my setup got the shut-off valve in there, so it's filling up. And then I got this electric that we ran before, and I've got a de-icer heater coil thing in there. So at least for the part that's in the coop, there's no cords or nothing on the ground. Kind of keeps it a little bit cleaner, but I think this one is leaking. As you can see, it's kind of got like a slow drip to it. That, and I think they just like push the things and make them leak, or like splash the water out or something. And I think the ground's become pretty hydrophobic because it's not absorbing it very well. And they still end up with this slushy mud puddle around it. We did pull the pool out of here because I wanted it to try to be drier, and they had washed out so much and pitted so much of the dirt that, I mean, in a couple of spots, you could stick your hand right through there. So the plan is, once I have some time, is to go back and backfill all of this with dirt. I've done like a couple of loads, and not really had the time to do it, to put a lot of effort into it. I actually backfilled this quite a bit, and they've dug it out already. But they just create the biggest puddles, even when that's all the water they have. I know it's crazy that that was completely flush with the ground, and they've dug around it so much that it's not. And that blue pool has holes in the bottom of it for the water to drain, and then it's filled with, I mean, it's got like cinder blocks for the tub to sit on, and then it's filled with rocks. So the point was for the water to go through the rocks and drain out the bottom, but I think the ground is just getting hydrophobic and not wanting to absorb the water. I don't know. Yeah. We've still got a lot of work to get this set up how I want it. I mean, they've even over here, they've dug enough that they're past the, let me zoom in. See, here's the fence line, and there's the bottom of the cinder blocks, and they've dug under the cinder blocks. Which the cinder blocks was supposed to stop anything from trying to dig in, and here they are trying to dig out. So I've got to come in and backfill all of this. I just, you know, working, busy. My cayugas are about 2 weeks past their 5-month mark. They should have started laying already, and they haven't. And I don't know if that's because of the weather, because of going in and out, or what their deal is. But they have not started laying yet. I know we've got to figure out how we're wanting to reconfigure some things, because the hose being over here on the ground just drives me crazy. But it was all spooled up and they've drug it out. I love the way the roosters hop. I was planning on wrapping the bottom part with some of that plastic that we used over there, just to make like a windbreak. But today's the first day I've really had time to come out and work on it, and I just don't feel good today. So basic chores are all that's getting done. My path looks crazy now. I need to come out tomorrow maybe and figure out what I'm doing. Let me see if I can zoom in on this one here. See the one with the yellow tag on its leg? That is my male cayuga. You see he's cut right there. Tail feathers are all flipped up. I have two. I don't know if the sun's shining just right that you can see the green tint to his head. And I think he's the dominant one because, well, his duck or his bill turned yellow first and his tail flipped first, so I had him marked. And then the other one, where's the other one? Where is the other one? There's the other one. They're right there next to each other. See, his bill is only half yellow. Only half of his black has come off. And that's supposed to be the only ways you can tell the males and the females apart, is that the male's bill will turn yellow and their tail feathers will flip up. So I do have them marked. The dominant one with the all yellow beak has got the band on his left leg, and the less dominant one's got the band on his right leg. So we've been kind of calling them lefty-righty, but so you can kind of see her face has a little bit of a green sheen to it too, but the males are really dominantly green. And that one's a runner duck. She's so pretty with her gray feathers. And that one's a runner duck too, but that one's a male. And he wants to be dominant, but he's a little pushy. Kind of been calling him Christmas dinner because he might end up being Christmas dinner. That one's a male too. I don't need 4 male ducks. Alrighty, well that's what we got going on. I'm about to cut them up some apples. I'll give you a little clip of how much I like the apples. Just give me 1 second. I think they smelled me cutting them because they all ran over. Apples and pumpkins, that's going to be their fall menu. I don't know if I've talked about it before, but I work at an apple orchard. Well, an orchard. Grow more than just apples. Got blackberries, peaches, raspberries, pumpkins, and I got all the apples and pumpkins my little heart could desire to feed them scraps throughout the winter. So that's going to be their fall menu, fall winter menu. Apples and pumpkins. Alright, well I'm going to give them their snack. And considering it's going to be dark in like 45 minutes, I'm going to corral them back into the pen so I can go work on training my baby chickens to their new setup. And then I'm going to go inside and figure out something to do with the rest of my day. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, see, look, they do drink out of there. All right, thanks. Bye.